What is up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new Pokemon Go video. Today we're going to be talking about the different ways that Niantic could implement in evolution items. Obviously, we know from the last update that there are some in the background that they could be working on implementing for a future update, but we don't know how they're going to do it yet, so let's speculate. So I'm going to be talking about these in order from most cynical to least cynical, and what I mean by that is that Niantic could realistically gouge us for money to make our Pokemon evolve, or they could make it so it's really easy and accessible, or somewhat of a rare occurrence but still accessible. So it definitely could rely on money, but I don't think it will. I don't think they're going to put evolutions behind a paywall, but I guess we'll see. So let's just sort of go more in depth on that. So the most cynical I could possibly be about it is that Niantic's out to get our money and only our money, which would mean that it's directly behind a paywall, that you either have to pay Pokecoins for every single consumable one-use evolution item, or it could also be something that's actually locked behind an actual paywall. Like, you can't even build up the Pokecoins from gyms. It's actually like you have to pay real money for it every single time you want to use it. Now, I don't think that's very likely, though. I think what's most likely to end up happening is we're going to see a rare item come up. Now, right now, we have rare Pokemon that either only hatch from 10-kilometer eggs, or you can find very, very rarely out in the wild. Now, imagine if instead of just having rare Pokemon, we had rare items, and it was something that you found very infrequently, and it made it so it was a special occurrence every single time it happened. Maybe there's something that happens when you spin up the Pokestop, or with the actual Pokemon Go Plus device, maybe it does another few rainbow buzzes or something like that to indicate that you actually got something rare from the Pokestop. See, right now Niantic doesn't distinguish between rare Pokemon and normal Pokemon with the Pokemon Go Plus device, but I definitely think that they could. Likewise, I also think they could do that with items. That's a total tangent, but I still think that it's good to bring that up. Realistically, they could also make it so evolution items are frequently found in Pokestops and you can just spin them up and you're usually going to find one. Now, I don't think they'll do that, and I'll tell you why. See, the Pokemon in second generation that do use evolution items tend to be some rarer, more sought after Pokemon, so I don't think that they're going to make it too easy to get your evolution items because they want the evolutions that it's going to yield to be pretty rare and hard to find in general. So then we're in a situation where you have almost a double-decker challenge here. We have Pokemon like Porygon, where they're going to be just difficult to find in general, and then we have to find their evolution item, and then even possibly go a little bit farther and make it so we have to have a certain amount of candies to evolve them to begin with. See, what I see people discussing right now is how hard it's going to be to find the evolution items themselves, or if it's going to cost money to buy them. But it's not even taking into account the fact that they'll most likely also require a candy amount of some kind to evolve these Pokemon. I mean, we don't have any precedent to me making the assumption that they're just going to altogether get rid of the candy requirement for these Pokemon. It could very well be both of them. I would almost prefer it to be both of them together, considering that people were finishing their Pokedexes only a few weeks after Pokemon Go released, and that's just ridiculous. I feel like there should be some things that are left to be extremely rare occurrences, very, very rare things that are challenges to complete. And maybe there should be a way that you actually can complete them if you focus on it, but you normally wouldn't if you don't. I'm not exactly sure, but I definitely could see it happening in the future. And with second generation, they're most likely going to include some Pokemon that are more challenging than others to get, considering, again, that a lot of players were finishing their Pokedexes very, very quickly. Now, obviously, that's not taking into account that there were numerous apps that made it very easy for players to go and find every single Pokemon to complete their Pokedex. But the fact remains that people were completing their Pokedexes, and I'm sure Niantic didn't anticipate them doing that so fast. I guess what it really boils down to is I value the experience of going around and finding all of these Pokemon in different places, and I do want people to have unique experiences that only certain amounts of people are going to be able to have in a given period of time. You see, anyone can go around for any period of time and find all of the rare Pokemon in the game and complete their Pokedex minus regional exclusives. But if we have something that's sort of a multifaceted difficulty here, something that takes multiple layers of either luck or just straight up dedication, we're going to have certain people that experience things, and then it's going to be few and far between finding more people that actually have experienced the same exact thing. It also means people like me or other content creators in general are going to be able to experience things that are very unique if they put the time and put in the hours. And I do think that that's a very valuable thing because I mean, honestly, like the first people that are going to experience a legendary event or any given Niantic event that they're actually putting on are going to have massive amounts of viewership, massive amounts of people coming together to enjoy their experience and live through their videos. So I guess it's kind of a selfish thing there, but you know, I can't really help it. As a content creator, that's just how I feel. And guys, that's gonna be about it for this one. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Hope to see you back here for the next video very, very shortly. If you have any other suggestions for topics I should cover in the future, I'm gonna be doing videos like this kind of like twice to maybe 3 times a week. Depends on what my schedule looks like for that week in college because it's been kind of crazy lately. So yeah, until the next one, guys, peace.